Hey fam, and welcome back. I am your favorite life and relationship strategist, MarshaunO, and today we are talking about, we are continuing our series of how to prepare for marriage, and today we're talking about how selfless you are. Yes, you, the person who's watching this video. When you think about selflessness, what comes to mind specifically concerning yourself? How selfless are you? How much or how often are you doing things that you wouldn't necessarily want to do because you're tired or you just don't want to plain do them, specifically for your spouse, specifically for people in your life, because maybe you don't even have a spouse right now or a partner. You're trying to prepare specifically of how to be a better person, a better wife, a better husband in your relationship. How selfish are you? How selfish do you come off? Period. That's a question that I want you to think about when you are preparing to get married. And I'm going to give you several things to think about, because marriage is not a selfish thing. It is not a place where you are thinking about only yourself. You are always thinking about your partner. Your partner should always be thinking about you. And if you guys have children involved or extended family living with you, it's not about you anymore. It's about the entire family. Yes, that was rewind. It's not about you anymore. It's about the entire family. It's not about how selfish you can be. It's about how selfless you must be. It's about how selfless you must be when you enter into a relationship. And so I wrote down a quote that I wanted to read to you. Selflessness. It takes great responsibility and seems impossible to do at times, but being selfless leads to a wonderful, lasting relationship. Relationships, as I mentioned before, are all about growth. It's all about helping you grow. It's all about helping you understand who you are. It's all about helping you understand who your partner truly is. It's all about both of you showing up your authentic selves. So the very first thing that I want you to remember, things aren't always about you. Consider the needs, wants, and desires of your partner or potential partner. I know that I mentioned that, but I'm really making it a point here. Remember that. It's not always about you. It's not always about your wants. It's not always about your needs. Sometimes, and more often than you even want to do, you're going to have to put the needs of your spouse or maybe even your children first before yours. You're going to have to sit back in the background and say, all right, yeah, I'm going to have to wait on that. I'm going to have to wait on that. Another thing, how often do you accept their difference and even decide you're going to make things work despite the differences? Maybe you're already in a relationship and you're like, oh crap, man, I don't know about this one. Like that's this conversation that you have in your head because you're like, But how much are you willing to actually make this thing work despite your differences? Because here's the thing. It's beauty in both of your differences. Where you are strong, your partner is weak in a lot of cases. And where you are weak, your partner is strong in a lot of cases. This is where you two balance each other out. Yes, the differences are going to get on your nerves. Yes, the differences are going to annoy you, but they don't have to. Especially if you understand, if you continue to have those conversations with your spouse, continue to get to know your spouse, continue to get to understand your spouse, how they were brought up, the way that they think, the way that they act, the way that they react to certain things. But those differences are absolutely going to show up. And think about this. When you're dating, the differences are cute. Like, oh, that's cute. When you're in a relationship, those differences are going to annoy the hell out of you. Let's be real. They are. But are you willing to move and grow through the differences? Or are you always going to be the complainer? Why did I get with this person? Why did I decide to say yes to this person? Why did I insert whatever your complaint is? Think about it. Another thing to think about is don't broadcast what you've done for them during a fight. Don't broadcast what you have done for him or for her when you were happy-go-lucky, when you guys were on good terms, and all of a sudden you want to throw it in their face. You want to make them feel bad. You want to make them feel shameful. And so you're dirty. You fight dirty. So let me bring this up while we're in a fight. Let me make them feel even worse than they already are. Oh, you got me? Let me tell you, and I remember that this happened. Oh, you forgot that I paid for all the stuff that you're wearing? Oh, you forgot that I got you from this? You ain't had no car when we met? You dirty. You dirty. Now you throwing all of that dirt in their face because you want them to feel super, super bad, shameful, horrible. You're doing a good job at it. But guess what? You are tearing down that person. In turn, you're tearing down your relationship. You're also making the other person feel like they need to go outside the relationship, whether they leave you or not, in order to feel accepted for who they are and where they are at. And not for those things that they have shared with you during their most vulnerable state to be thrown in their face, specifically during a fight. Like all the sacrifices that you made. You're making them feel guilty. You're making them feel shameful. You're making them feel like dirt or even lower than dirt. Don't fight dirty, ladies and gentlemen. That will come back to haunt you. And guess what? You will always be lonely. You will always be alone. And then you'll wonder why there is so much distance between you two. Well, now you guys are living as roommates. Don't fight dirty. Or maybe you're not even in a relationship right now and you're wondering why you can never keep anybody. Why every few months you're running to the next guy, to the next girl. You fight dirty. We all want to feel loved. We all want to feel understood. We all want to feel heard. Not for me to share my most vulnerable time with you. I'm in a vulnerable state with you, only for it to be thrown up in my face later on. That creates so much distance. And a lot of you out there don't even realize that you're doing this. You're harming yourself. You're harming your partner. You're harming the entire relationship. And you're actually cracking the foundation in your relationship. Don't do that. The next thing to think about, how selfless are you? You have to think that they are being just as selfish as you are at times. And you have to appreciate their selflessness as well. And not always think, because we have a tendency to think that we are the only ones who's doing X, Y, and Z. We're not. It's because we are not putting ourselves in our partner's shoes to see how much they are actually being selfless for us as well. Recognize that they are being just as selfless. And if they are not, they probably are not for you anyway. If you are with someone that's always taking, or you're the taker, you're killing yourself. You're killing any potential chances of it going and being long term. You're killing it. So appreciate that they are being just as selfless as you are as well. Another thing, go the extra mile. When is the last time that you actually gone the extra mile for your spouse to make them feel special, to make them feel loved, to make them feel like, dang, oh, I am special. He thought about me. She thought about me. When was the last time you drove across town to go get their favorite meal or their favorite dessert? When is the last time you actually got up because you were going to get you a glass of water or a glass of juice and you just said, hey, you want something while I'm up? When's the last time you did that? When is the last time that you actually surprised them with just something? Not on Christmas, not on their birthday, not on your anniversary. When is the last time you just gave them something just because? Think about it. Makes a difference. We all want to feel special. We all want to feel like our spouse loves us. Our spouse is thinking about us. Makes a difference. The next thing to think about is to establish balance. Establish balance. What do I mean by that? You want to be selfless in your relationship, but you also want to be selfish for yourself at times. And what I mean by being selfish for yourself at times is when you need to recharge, when you need to reconnect with yourself, when you're feeling like you're getting irritated with any and everybody around you. Of course, your spouse, if you have children, of course, your children, everybody getting it. Co-workers, your mama, your daddy, your siblings, everybody getting it. You need to take a time out and be selfish in that moment so you can recharge, so you can get yourself back in alignment, so you can come back and actually be that happy-go-lucky person that you're used to being with your man, with your girl, with your children, with everybody else. So sometimes you do need to be selfish. It's okay to be selfish sometimes, but if that is your majority, you're always the selfish person, you're gonna be alone. That's just being real. That's just being all the way real. After a while, that person that you're with, they will get tired of you being this selfish ass. Okay? Let's just do it. The next thing, and the very last thing, is pray, 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 pray. Pray for guidance. Pray for different ways to be more selfless in your relationship. Pray for that guidance from God and just say, hey, dear Lord, help me. You know I can be very, very, very selfish. I want to work on being selfless, especially with her, especially with him. They bring the better side of me out, and I like that side of me. Give me some ways to be more selfless with him, with her. Pray and pray and pray some more. And when you're done doing that prayer, something else is going to come up. And guess what? Pray some more. I love you guys. And I will see you for part number 7 in a few days. And if you have not watched the playlist, there are several videos on how to prepare for marriage at this point. Go back, watch them. Say some comments. I definitely love to continue the conversation. And if you want to see more videos like this, of course, hit the red subscribe button or the icon with my lovely face. I love you guys, and there is nothing that you can do about it. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye now.